It was crazy.
Yeah.
What I would do was, I think that time I was working a night job. It was like customer service for nights. Sometimes I would literally carry my luggage to work with me because I have a booking in the morning. Or sometimes I'm using my annual leave to go do bookings. Yeah. Like, I've always been a workaholic, if I'm being honest.
Hey, sis. Hey, girl. Thank you so much for saying yes to having a conversation with me. I feel like I've known you for a while. I don't even know how long, or how. But I know you have the same birthday.
That's right.
And I've seen you transition through different parts of your life, stages of your life. So I definitely want to delve into that. But before we talk about all of that, how did your parents come to the country? Why did they come? Because I know you're Ghanaian like myself. So what do you know the backstory about that?
The bits I know, so I know my dad came here first, or maybe Germany, I don't know, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somewhere in Europe. And so he came here, then met my mum, brought my mum over, and then I think that was, mum's been here for a while because I'm 31. So she's been here, I would say, maybe 33 to 35 years.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah.
And who did they come with, just by themselves?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have siblings?
Yeah, 2 older sisters.
Oh, you have 2 older sisters?
But they were born in Ghana.
Okay, so you were the one that was born here? Okay, so what was that like in the house? Because was it you by yourself for a while?
Yeah, so they came over when I was like, I'm going to say 2, 3. Yeah, so when they came, they went to like primary school here. They're like 2 years apart. Okay. Whereas I'm like, yeah. So even though they came, I still felt like the only child, because it's just different, you know what I mean? But yeah.
So what was it like in your house? Because you have no brothers. So a house full of girls, what was that like?
Oh, child. I'm gonna say it was fun. It was fun. It wasn't until I got to like teenage years, then that's when it started getting a bit, you know.
Were you a rebel?
No, but I was the youngest child.
So you were spoiled.
I was a princess.
So they didn't like that.
They didn't like that, especially, you know,
being born in Ghana. You were the only one that was born. So then it does, and
then like the middle one. So I'm 6 years apart from the middle one, 8 years apart from the oldest one. So it's like, you know, with Ghanaian mentality, it's like, oh, I'm older than you, respect me. But when you're born here, you have your voice. Do you know what I mean? So, and you want to use it. So I think that's what caused the clash. Especially when I'm in secondary school, you can't talk to me anyhow. Like, but obviously they feel like,
you're disrespectful.
You're disrespectful. When you say something small like, oh, you guys, don't call me guys. Yeah, there's those small things like you don't really see as a big deal. They see it as, oh my gosh, you're so disrespectful. So that clash was kind of there. But I think it wasn't like when you go through life and you get to like your 20s and stuff, and then you guys all have kids, that's when, you know, the peace starts to,
you all understand. So you mentioned secondary school. What was that like for you? Did you go to all girls school or a mixed school?
I went to mixed.
Okay, what was
secondary school was the best time of my life.
I always say that. Like, those 5 years.
If I could go back to any time in my life, it would be secondary school. It would be secondary school because it's like you're just having fun. Like, but you're still growing. It's like you're growing up, but you're having fun.
Yeah.
The best time. And my year group, we were so close. Like, I still talk to people from secondary school today.
Were you the popular girl?
No, I'm not gonna say. Okay, I was nice.
Were you quiet then, or were you like cool with everyone?
I was cool with everyone. Yeah. But like I said, our year group were very close. Okay. Like everyone knew. Everyone was cool with everyone. Like we all backed each other. So yeah.
Any interesting moments from secondary school?
Oh my gosh. So on our, I want to say I'll say second week. Because you know when you first start secondary school in year 7, like I think the year 7s go for like a few days by themselves. Yeah. So it was like our second week, and then I was at school in the South. So this big fight broke out, like year 11 boys against the boys that had left the previous year. They jumped over the fence with baseball bats. And imagine, I'm there.
Like a movie.
It's like a movie. And I'm there with my long skirt. I'm just like, what is this? Baseball bats, and they're fighting each other. They broke into the PE cupboard. It was like welcome to South London. It was like, oh yeah, you thought you was living in South before now.
And your parents kept you in that school?
Oh yeah, but it was a very good school.
Oh, okay.
It's a very, very good school, Catholic school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very good. Like, it's very big. I'm not gonna say. It's a very good school. But that was like, oh, okay, now you need to like
toughen up.
Yeah, wake up.
Yeah.
So that for me, and yeah.
That was your wake up call.
Yeah,
that was a shake.
It was like, hey, get up.
So what was college and university like? How was Jessica then? How did you discover yourself? When did you discover yourself?
I'm gonna say I didn't discover myself till maybe 23, 4.
Okay, so that's after uni.
Okay. Yeah, because I think it was because for me, I didn't stay at uni. I commuted.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So did I. What uni did you go to?
Hertfordshire.
Okay, it's not far.
It's
anyway.
not too far. Yeah. But so for me, it's like, even though I was in uni, it still felt like I was in college or still going to school.
Yeah.
Because I'll just wake up, go,
come back.
But college was alright.
Nothing special.
College was like, blur.
Yeah.
And it's only 2 years.
2 years,
It's very big. But uni, I would say, uni was a wake up call as well, because I went to school in South, primary school in South, secondary school in South, college in South. And you saw like obviously people of colour. So, and obviously I went to Hertfordshire. People were like, oh yeah, Hertfordshire, there's a lot of people of colour. But it's not that many.
Oh, really?
It is like there's a good amount, but it's not
what you're used to.
Exactly. So, and I did HR, human resources.
Okay.
So in my class it was like 3 of us, and the rest were like, you know, yeah. So for me it was a bit of a shock to the system, because it's like I haven't really had to communicate much
to other people.
Yeah. So it's like, I think that for me was okay, and I hadn't worked before as well. So like, you know, in college people got jobs and stuff. I didn't.
Oh, you didn't have it? Okay.
I was just like, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Right, that EMA. But yeah,
those times was
EMA.
Yeah.
So it was alright. You didn't. Yeah. So that was a bit of a shock for me, and then, but apart from that, uni was, and the workload. I just feel like they don't really tell you what university is going to be like.
I can't remember what university was like for me.
Really?
I don't remember.
Oh wow.
I mean,
it's a blur.
Really? I didn't have like sleepless nights where.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, like I didn't have. What about the raves though? Did you go
to any?
Really?
I didn't go to one uni rave. I didn't go to any uni events. I was just very much in, and I got a part-time job as well in Iceland. So it's at the uni I'm working. Like,
is that because your parents were strict, or you just wasn't that? You weren't that type of girl.
No, I just wasn't. I didn't care for the party life. Then, like. Especially, it's so funny because growing up, I remember my sister, she would go out and stuff to like Afrikiko and all of this, and I'd be like, ugh, guys, like, I'm never gonna go out when I grow up. Like, you guys are doing too much.
Yeah.
So when I got to uni, I just kind of carried on that mindset where I just didn't really care to go out.
Okay.
But so it wasn't until after uni that's when I started going out. It's crazy, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
So you said you found yourself at 23.
I would say 20.
So what happened at 20? What happened around that time?
That's when I kind of got my first office job, I would say, like, after uni, so maybe 22, 20, I got my first office job. So, you know, you're making kind of good money, you know. Is that when I got my car? No, it's not. But that's when, like, you could start doing your driving lessons.
Ticking things off.
Ticking things off, and you're starting to feel like an actual woman, like an actual adult. So I think, that's... I'm trying to remember what else happened at 23.
What about your weight loss journey? Because I know you went through. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
There's a
for
big.
Sure.
Do you have pictures still?
Yeah.
Good.
I delete pictures. I'm saying, Nana actually sent me a picture, and I was just like, "This is not me. This is disrespectful. No, don't just do this."
Because I really remember your weight loss journey, but I don't know if you ever shared how you did it and even like why you did it.
So for me, it wasn't even a.
Why?
There was no why. Okay. It was literally a gym opened up on my road, and I was like, I've never been to the gym before. Let me just go. So then I went, and I would literally go on the treadmill for an hour, and I'm not running. I can't run. I can't run. I would just walk on the treadmill for an hour. So then
was it on a high incline?
Yeah. Okay. So I first started off just doing little, and then high incline, and it's like every time I would go, I'll try to beat.
The next one,
yeah. So that's how I just, the weight just started dropping.
What about your eating? Or are you someone that eats, or you don't really eat that much?
So now I don't really eat much.
Okay.
But I think I even didn't used to eat much before. But I think before it was just eating the wrong things and portion control.
Especially where we're from, there's no portion control.
And it's
like
you know where we're from. It's like if you're not eating, it's like why are you not eating?
Yeah. Are you sick?
Yeah. Are you sick? Like they make you feel bad for not eating. So I think it was just mindset. When you grow up, you start to realize, okay, this is healthy, this is not. Like you know what works for your body. You know, So I think that's where I started to learn that, and then with gym, it just.
So how did you remain disciplined?
I think for me, it's like I just don't want to look how I looked before.
What size were you? What was your biggest?
My biggest was 16.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's funny when now I can look back and say that when you're big, and you're wearing or when you're bigger, you're kind of like telling yourself, no, I'm not. You're kind of telling yourself, no, I can fit into a size 12, and you can't.
Yeah.
So
you're in denial.
Yeah. It's not
a bit delusional.
It's not until you actually think, oh yeah, I actually wasn't. Yeah, size 16.
And what are you now?
Now 8'10".
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So how long did it take for you to actually notice that? Wow, I don't look the same anymore.
I dropped the weight in 3 months.
Really?
Yeah, I went down from that I'd say 14, 16 to a solid 10 in 3 months.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But I was drinking a lot of water.
Okay.
Yeah, I was doing gym 5 times a week, sometimes 6 times, 2 hours a day.
2 hours?
Yeah, so I'll do the treadmill for an hour and then do those little machines, go home, sleep, the next day I'm on it. And it just became part of my routine.
Yeah. Wow. So that was also part of Jessica's journey into becoming who you are now. I love it. So I can't help but look at your brows and your eyeshadow and everything. When did the love for makeup come? How did that story come about?
It's funny. I didn't wear makeup. I didn't wear makeup in uni.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't wear makeup in uni. Didn't wear makeup in college. I was never
a makeup girl
because at home, my sisters didn't. They weren't really makeup girls like that. One of my sisters does hair, so she's into hair, but I didn't really wear makeup until 22-ish, 21. I'll say end of uni. So 21. I started. When people used to do this
experiment,
individual lashes.
Yeah.
I started doing my lashes, and then 21, 22. That's when I started doing makeup, and then because I did art in school, I think for me the love, the passion for it just came from there. And then I would do my makeup on myself, and I was like, "Oh, your makeup's nice." And looking back, that rubbish.
It wasn't nice.
But obviously for
back then,
it
was nice.
So people just asked me, who did it? And myself. And then I got a booking for prom. These 2 girls. I think I've still got the picture on my phone. And I remember going to that booking. I literally carried everything I had with me in my house. And I charged them £25 each.
Back then, yeah.
I carried everything. I took the bus with my luggage.
You were eager.
I was
Love it.
Yeah, let me see. And back then, there weren't many makeup artists.
Back then, we say back then. How long ago?
I would say 23, 24. Yeah.
Okay. How many years ago? What year was that?
I don't even know.
Okay.
What were we now? When 2020? Yeah, girl. My math is not math. Yeah. I left that alone in secondary school.
Okay, so almost a decade ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so carried my load, went to this booking, and they were so happy with it.
How did that make you feel? Do you remember?
And great. That's when I was like, yeah, I can do this. Yeah. So then even after that, I wasn't like, oh, I'm a makeup artist.
Yeah.
It just, and then my partner I was with at the time, his friend was getting married. And then she was like, oh, she needs someone. She was a traditional. She was like, oh, she needs someone to do her makeup. He was like, oh yeah, she can do it. And I was like, what are you talking about? Whose face have I like? No, I don't even have the tools. Yeah. I remember I went into Superdrug. I just bought Revolution, this and that. And then I went, I did it. She was happy with it. And then from that booking is when.
Oh really? From then.
Wow. It was that. I remember that look. That booking I remember so well because that blue eyeshadow is what made me basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
So obviously with experience and practice you get better and better. But then you had a job as well. Yeah. So how did you balance the two? Because
it was crazy.
Yeah.
What I would do was I think that time I was working a night job. It was like customer service but nights. sometimes I would literally carry my luggage to work with me because I have a booking in the morning. Or sometimes I'm use my annual leave to go do bookings. Yeah. Like, I've always been a workaholic, if I'm being honest. So,
I'm the same. Oh my gosh, well, it makes sense.
So I'm like, I don't care what I have to do.
There's no stopping.
Yeah, I need to make this money. So if it means I'll sleep when I get back, that's fine. Like, what's sleep? So, yeah, I had to just basically annual leave, sometimes call sick, you know. But that's how I did it.
Did you realise though that this was your business, or were you just doing it?
I was just doing it, and it wasn't even about the money. Because there's sometimes I'll be like, if I know them, it's fine. It wasn't about. It was just I just loved, like, being at events, going to different places. I just loved it. So that's what it was for me. It wasn't about money.
Yeah. But now where you're at, what keeps you going? Because you could be doing anything. I mean, we all have so many things that we're good at. Well, good things that we are good at that we can be doing. So what makes you wake up even early as like 6 a.m. when you have those wedding bookings and
3 a.m.
3 a.m. Yeah. So what makes you wake up and do that?
I would say now it's a number of things. If I'm being very honest, it's the money, of course, but it's also I love weddings. Like, for me, I love love. So waking up and like just being in that environment, sometimes it's not great, but sometimes for the most part it's great. Just being in that environment, meeting different people, different girls. I've made friends from like bridesmaids doing brides. So just being in that environment, it's just it just makes you happy. Like, you could be having a very crap time at home. Yeah. You go to your booking and you're happy. You forget everything that's happening at home. Yeah. So I love it.
That's good. So where do you see your business going? Well, how long have you been doing it full time?
Full time? Yeah. Going on a year and a half now.
What were you doing before? Like, what was your 9 to 5?
Just energy operations.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what did that entail?
Fun. It wasn't great.
Okay, you don't miss that job.
No. Don't say that. Of course I did. It was great.
But what was that alarm bell that said, you know what, it's time to leave?
It's so funny. Do you know what happened? So, not many people know this because I kept it very, very quiet. So after I had, I have 2 kids. Yeah. So after I had my first, I
love her TikToks anyway.
Oh, girl.
I love it.
Today, I need to show you more. She was doing her makeup today. She was like, I'm putting on my eyelashes. She loves it. She's going to do it.
Oh, she should. Oh, mummy, when we go, I'm going to my cousin's house. And it's like she was just born.
Yeah.
And she was just born.
That was smart.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so after I had my first, I was just intrigued about how the women's body works and how we can produce kids and labour and all of that, because my labour was traumatic.
Really?
Yeah. So for me, I was just like, I don't want to, and it's because I was misinformed. I didn't get much information. So for me, I was like, I want to make sure that doesn't happen for a lot of black women. So then I started looking at midwifery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So after I left my job in 2023. So I left my job in 2021, and then I started doing midwifery. Just shout out to all the midwives out there, girl, that job is,
really,
it's hard.
Wow,
it's hard.
So you were a new mom doing this?
No, so at this point she was.
Oh, she was old.
She was older.
Okay.
So this was 2021.
Okay.
But it's hard. It's hard. So I did that. I got through like half of my first year. Did placement and everything. It was after my first night shifts of placement, and I was like, I can't do this. Yeah, I can't do it. It's rewarding, but I also know I'm very, very family orientated. Like, I know I want to be there for my kids, and it seems like with that kind of job, you can't. Like, you obviously you will at a certain point. You have to go through the whole career first. But I was like, where I am now with her being so young, I don't want to miss out on certain things, and I was just like, I don't think I can do it. And you need so much support from like family friends, and I was like, I can't do it. So I left that, and then that's when it's so funny, because when I was like contemplating, what do I do with my life? That's when like bookings were just it just picked up, and I was like, okay, I just need to go full time.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it made sense. So then I did it.
How do you feel now?
I feel good. I feel good because I'm able to just spend time with the kids. Do you know what I mean? If I don't want to work, I don't.
You don't have to say yes.
I don't have to say it. Yeah. I do a lot of the time, but I don't have to. Do you know what I mean? And just having that freedom is great. It's great.
But when you do feel like you're tired, you're burnt out, are you the type of person to keep going? I already know the answer because I know myself, so you must be the same. Are you the type of person to say, do you know what? Let me take a break, or does someone have to point it out to you that you're working too much? You need to relax.
Someone has to say, "Can you just chill?"
Yeah. How are you managing that though? Because we do need to take care of ourselves, and it's not every day go. It's okay to breathe, but someone like, no, like I don't want to let this person down, and I'm used to it, so I just like my body is just used to it. Yeah.
Girl, I can now feel it.
You can feel it.
I feel it a lot. But no, I have to keep going. I don't know. I've just always been like that. I'm just such a. Listen, when I was working at Iceland when was this? So after I finished uni, I'll obviously still have your Iceland until you find like a proper job. So I started working at Iceland, and then I got like a teaching assistant job. So I'll do my teaching assistant job, start at 8 to like 4. And then go to Iceland and do 6 till 10.
I feel like we've had the same life.
And I would literally do this Monday to Friday, and Iceland I'll do Monday to Saturday. I was like, what am I doing sitting at home? Let me, do you know what I mean?
Might as well work.
I might as well make money somehow.
Yeah.
I'm just no, I can never be broke. I'm sorry. It broke don't look good on me.
At all. Where do you want to take your artistry and your business? So where do you see it going? I'm not gonna say in 5 years, 10 years. Where do you see it going?
If I'm being honest, I actually don't know. The reason being is because I'm into makeup for the artistry, like you said. Like I love art. I don't care for like products and brushes. As I can make something work with anything I have. I'm not the kind of person that I need the best product or the best like. For me, makeup is about art. Makeup is about how you wanna, make yourself look. Like there's no specific way to do it. That's how I see it. So I don't really know where I see it going. If I'm being honest, I just wanna enjoy what I'm doing, and that's for me. Like if anyone that knows me knows, I'm here for enjoyment. Like I'm going to do things that are gonna make me happy and that I'm gonna enjoy. And at the moment, I'm enjoying that. So
I love it. What is the product that everyone needs to have in their kit? Okay, 2 products if it's difficult to say one.
Well, for me, something that I've been using from the get till even today, the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray.
Okay.
A lot of people are like, I love it. Like it just never lets me down. And then what else? I know a lot of people are gonna say no to this, but Mac is a go. Do
you know why we just moved away? I still have my Mac, the powder.
Okay, the Mac powder. It's like if it's broke, don't fix it. Do you know what I mean? Like it works. Let's keep using it.
Do you use foundation?
Yes. So in Ghana, I use Mac foundation. I use the waterproof one when I'm in Ghana because it's amazing. But here I use NARS.
Okay.
Some people like the Studio Fix. Still works.
Okay. And looking back at what 2023 has been like in terms of, we're still talking about makeup, what's been your highlights? So like, I don't know, what event has been like a highlight for you, or just in general, what's been a highlight of this year?
This year? I've travelled a lot this year, like destination weddings. I think I've actually done like one of my biggest weddings this year. I don't know if you saw it, was the one in Birmingham. It was crazy.
When was it?
A few months ago.
Okay, like summertime.
Yeah, ish. I mean, did we really have a summer?
Yeah. When you're adult, summer. Yeah.
But that wedding was amazing. It was amazing.
What's it like working with other MUAs as well?
I know a lot of makeup artists, but I know a lot of like the old school ones, like the ones that used to work in MAC. I do, like, we know each other, but I personally feel like there are times where it is a little bit cliquey. Like, obviously, I get it, like, if your friends are makeup artists, you're going to try and put her on and stuff like that, but I do just wish there was just more.
But I just feel like you guys are more supportive though in comparison to hairstylists.
Really?
I think so, because I think when
when you say hairstylist, you mean just like Instagram hairstylist or like bridal hairstylist?
Just Instagram hairstylist, or because hairstylists are always getting shamed. They're always getting shamed.
They're always on the TikTok.
Always on the TikTok.
I'm
like, guys, no, we're not all like this.
Slave by God.
But I just feel like when you post a picture, don't you feel like
no?
Okay.
Yeah. No.
I thought makeup artists are like, yeah, you go get all lustruck. No. Really? Maybe it's such. You don't feel it. No. Oh, why do you think that is?
Because I think they obviously don't. I think people just comment on like their friends' stuff. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's quite sad. But
yeah, it is what it is. You're still getting booked,
right?
It's fine. Okay, let's switch from makeup and talk about. So now you're in your 30s and you've experienced a lot in your 20s. You had your first child in your 20s. I know you've been engaged previously in your 20s. So what was your 20s like for you?
A roller coaster. Yeah. Up, down, left, right.
And around and around.
But it's so funny because I was saying this to my friend the other day. When you're going through all of these things, like up and down, and you're just like, why me? Why is my life going this way when I know I didn't want it to go this way? And I had planned for it to go a certain way, and you just don't know what your story's gonna be. Do you know what I mean? You don't know what your end result's gonna be. So when I was going through, it was hard. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's tough. But now it's great.
It's worked out. Everything's worked out. But at the time, like you said, it was tough. So at the time, are you that person where you wallow, or you just it's fine? Like,
I'm just like, let's keep it moving.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't like to live in the moment.
When your engagement broke off, you were devastated. So how did you come out of that season? Because I'm sure you're already planning basically what you want your whole life to look like. So how did you manage? Are you someone that you needed the support of your loved ones around you, or you just wanted to go through it alone?
No, I needed the support.
Because it was quite public.
It was.
So, did you feel shame, or what were the feelings?
I did, and you know what was so funny? It's like, I felt shame, but also, like, okay, I remember going to book it, like, especially bridal booking, and then obviously some people don't know it's broken up, so they'll be like, oh, so did you wedding, didn't you? And then that'll just make you feel even worse.
Would you start crying, or would you like just say,
well, that time I wasn't really much of a cry.
Right.
I was very hard body. I grew up in South. But no, I wouldn't cry. I would just be like, oh no, it didn't work out. It didn't work out. Yeah.
So were you discouraged after that about finding someone?
I'm trying to remember how I really felt. I was just like, I just want to do me. That's where I was at. I was just like, forget this. Because how it broke off was quite hard, quite painful. So, and I think with what happened, a lot of people would be like, oh no, man, not dating again. Yeah. But I never felt like that. I just felt like that's something that happened. Cool, it is what it is, and just keep moving. So what was I doing? I just literally buried myself in work. And actually, what happened during that time as well, I got made redundant at a job I was. Wow. So it's like everything just felt like
one thing after another.
It just felt like it came crashing down. But then I got a job, and that job was paying crap. But I was just like, you know what, whatever. I'm just gonna keep pushing. I literally buried myself in go to work, come home, walk in. That's all I was doing. And then that's when I passed like my driving, got a car, and then life started to.
Yeah, it's like it's like after the tunnel.
You get your car, you're feeling like a bad girl again, And then
And then you found love again.
Yeah. That's what we called it.
And then it didn't work out. So after that one, because I'm sure the feeling must have been different because you've had a whole child with this person.
Yeah.
So again, how did you feel?
I think that one almost took me out.
Really?
Yeah. That one, I was just like, no. That's why I'm saying I feel like when you're going through these things, you're thinking, why me? Because you're just like, bro, like, how many attacks
did we
can I
get
take?
here?
Do you know what I mean? Like, how did we get here? Like, I've been a Disney princess. I just wanted love, like. But it was that one. Yeah, I was just like, you go from being, publicly, and then another one. It's like, bruh, I didn't do anything to these people. Do you know what I'm saying? So that was hard.
And then you're back to doing me again.
Yeah.
So in that,
doing me with a child now.
doing me with a child. So that again, it was a lot of like picking up yourself and finding yourself again, because now, like you said, like you've got a child, you've got a responsibility here. So what are some of the things that helped you move on?
I'm trying to remember that one. What happened?
Or was it looking at your daughter?
It was like having a child puts things into perspective, like the things that matter, things that don't matter, things that you really shouldn't care about, things that you should. And for me, it was like, I don't even care about all of that stuff now. Like, look at what I've got. Do you know what I mean? And I think, like, when you don't have a child, you hear people say, you're just like, okay. But when you actually have a child, you're like, wow, okay, this is serious. Like, all of these small things that people are, it's nothing. This is actually like a big deal. So all of that didn't matter to me. I don't care about hurt was hurt. I'm happy now. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously support. You're supposed to have support from people. So support from a mom.
Do you feel like you had that?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I wouldn't say from friends. I would say definitely from my family.
So when you say friends, how do you feel? What was the dynamic like around friends?
I think because at the time not a lot of people had kids.
Okay.
So they didn't understand what it was like, but they would make like certain comments like, "Oh, you're like." People shouldn't do it anyway. When a woman's pregnant, like, don't make comments on her body. But obviously, when you're younger, people don't really know those things. So people would make little comments like that, or basically try and tell you what to do about your own situation.
What did you need from them at that time?
Oh, Jess, do you need help with this, or do you want me to come and do this, or and checking in on me and the baby, like, just make sure that we're okay. I do feel like a lot of people, because they don't know what to do, they just do nothing. So they don't check in on you. Yeah, that I think. After I had her, the whole friendship
it changed.
Yeah. That was hard.
Really. So how do you view friendship, sisterhood, tribe now?
Now it's very important to me because the people I call my friends, I basically call them my sisters, because if I'm going through something, I can pick up the phone and call them. If I need them to come and watch my child quickly, do you know what I mean? And these are the things that matter, not these small, oh, babe, we're going to the cloud, you're going to go to, but yeah, it's great, but you need, do you know what I mean? You need solid friends that if
real life,
exactly, that they're going to be there. And that's, for me, that's why I have the friends I have now, you know.
That's good. So you think in your 30s, do you think you found your purpose? Do you think I know you're definitely happy with where you are, because now you've got two beautiful girls, you're about to get married. So do you feel like you're comfortable within yourself, and do you feel like you found your purpose?
I feel like I found my purpose, and I feel like everything I went through was to show more. And it's when you're going through it, you're just
don't see it.
Why me? This isn't what I wanted. But I know I went through those things, so I can tell my story and so I can help. Because now when I'm speaking to my single friends, I can be like, babe, this is not that serious. Or this is not that serious. Or don't, like, do you know what I mean? Don't get so angry. Do you know what I mean? I can kind of, but I know now I have all of this knowledge because of what I went through. So I think that is my purpose.
Do you think you're happy with where you are in life right now?
Yes, but also me being the person I am, I'm always gonna want more. Do you know what I mean? I'm always gonna like, what can I do next? What can I do to be better? What can I do to? So yes, I'm happy. Like I'm content.
Yeah.
But I feel like
So those questions that you have, that you ask yourself, what do you do? Are you that person who takes inspiration from other people's stories? Are you that person who experiments with, I don't know, your appearance? Are you that sort of person who read books, listen to podcasts? How do you get centered?
I would say yes, some podcasts. I'm not with the podcast too much because a lot of people just be talking anyhow.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just sitting with yourself and reflecting and thinking, what do I want to do? What makes sense? Because a lot of the times we just go with emotions. We're just going, and we don't actually think, oh, what is it that I want? Like, what is it that I want for myself? What is it that I want? Especially when you have kids. Oh, forget it. You don't think about yourself anymore. So you need to actually take that time, sit with yourself, think, what do I want to do? What's going to make me happy? Do you know what I mean? That's the only way I feel like I can.
That's amazing. What does 2024 look like for Jess?
Oh my gosh. 2023 has been great, by the way.
Oh, great.
It's been good. Like, well, obviously, when the year started, I was just like, and I remember my partner saying, this year 2023 is going to be good. It's going to be good. And I was just like, oh, if you don't leave me alone, I've just had a baby. I don't even know what you're talking about. If you don't leave me alone. But it's been like, my daughter turned 5. Obviously, my other daughter's going to be 1 in 2 weeks. We had the proposal. I turned we've just done so much. Like, there's just been so much to celebrate. But 2024, obviously, we've got the trad, wedding. We want to travel. We just want to enjoy. Because after baby came, it's just been something on something on something on something. So we just want to just enjoy as a family, just enjoy. And I think that's when I'll then like be very settled and just enjoy
the family
life. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Family life. That's what is important. That's what matters. Like everything out doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's great,
it's nice.
but it doesn't matter. Oh, thank you for having a chat with me.
It's alright, girl. It's been great.
Thank you.